Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young woman named Sanai Mirza. Sanai was known for her beauty and grace, and her smile could light up the darkest of days. She was married to a kind-hearted man named Akbar, who was a skilled farmer and provided well for their family. Together they had 4 beautiful children and lived a happy life. However, as the years went by, Sanai began to feel a sense of restlessness and dissatisfaction with her life. She couldn't quite put her finger on what was missing, but she knew that something was amiss. One day, while her husband was out in the fields, Sanai decided to take a walk through the village to clear her mind. As she walked, she came across a group of men who were playing a game of cards by the side of the road. Curious, she stopped to watch, and soon she was enthralled by the excitement and camaraderie of the game. One of the men, a handsome stranger named Rustam, noticed her and struck up a conversation. Sanai felt a connection with Rustam that she had never experienced with her husband. Over the next few days, Sanai found herself drawn to Rustam and his friends, spending her afternoons playing cards and laughing with them. She found joy in their company that she hadn't felt in years. But as their relationship grew, Sanai couldn't ignore the rumors that circulated about Rustam's reputation with women. Despite the whispers, Sanai couldn't resist the allure of Rustam, and one night she gave in to her desires, sharing a passionate night with him. However, their tryst was not to last, as Akbar discovered their affair and was devastated by the betrayal. He could not forgive Sanai for her infidelity and filed for divorce, leaving her heartbroken and alone. In the aftermath of the divorce, Sanai was ostracized by the villagers, who blamed her for the dissolution of her marriage. She was left to raise her children on her own, struggling to make ends meet. As the years went by, she often thought about Rustam and the life she had lost, but she knew that she had no one to blame but herself. She had thrown away her happiness for a fleeting moment of passion and had paid the ultimate price. Sanai's children grew up, and each of them found their own paths in life. Some moved away to distant lands, while others stayed close to their mother, trying to help her rebuild her life. But the stigma of her divorce and the rumors of her affair with Rustam followed her like a shadow, making it difficult for her to find her place in the village once more. As the years passed, Sanai began to realize that her actions had not only affected her own life, but had also impacted the lives of her children. She knew that she needed to make amends for her past mistakes and become the mother her children deserved. She started to volunteer at the local school, teaching young children to read and write, and she became an active member of the village community once more. One day, while working at the school, Sanai came across a young girl who was struggling with her studies. She noticed that the girl was unhappy and withdrawn, and she decided to take her under her wing, spending extra time with her and helping her with her lessons. As she spent more time with the girl, Sanai began to see a bit of herself in her young student. Sanai realized that she needed to share her story with the girl so that she could learn from her mistakes and avoid making the same errors in her own life. She told her about her affair with Rustam and the consequences of her actions, and she encouraged her to focus on her education and her own happiness. The girl listened intently to Sanai's story, and over time, she began to open up and trust her mentor. As their relationship grew, Sanai began to see the error of her ways and understood that her actions had not only affected her own life, but had also impacted the lives of her children and the young girl she was mentoring. Inspired by Sanai's story, the girl realized that she needed to make better choices for herself and focus on her own happiness. She began to excel in her studies and eventually went on to pursue a successful career in a distant city. She never forgot the lessons Sanai had taught her, and she often thought of her mentor and the difficult path she had walked. As the years passed, Sanai continued to work at the school and became a respected figure in the village once more. Her children had grown and found their own paths, and she was finally able to find peace with her past. She had learned from her mistakes and had become a better person because of them. One day, as Sanai was preparing to retire from the school, she received a surprise visit from the young girl she had mentored all those years ago. The girl, now a successful woman, had returned to the village to visit her old mentor and to express her gratitude for the lessons she had learned. The young woman told Sanai that she had never forgotten the story of her affair with Rustam and the consequences that followed. She said that it was because of Sanai's honesty and willingness to share her story that she had been able to make better choices for herself. She had built a happy and fulfilling life, and she owed it all to Sanai. Sanai was overwhelmed with emotion as she listened to the young woman's words. She realized that even though her affair with Rustam had led to her divorce and had caused her immense pain, it had also given her the opportunity to help others and to teach them the importance of making good choices in life. As the sun set on that day, Sanai knew that she had finally found redemption for her past mistakes. She had learned from her experiences and had used them to help others, and in doing so, she had found a sense of peace and purpose that she had never thought possible. Sanai's story serves as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a chance for redemption and growth, and that our mistakes can sometimes lead us to our greatest purpose in life.
Please subscribe to my channel Lessons of Life and press the bell notification icon.